It is morning at Collinwood, and the great estate appears to be quiet and serene. But inside the great house there is a woman who can know no serenity, for she has had a dream that is part of a witch's curse, a dream that could end in death and destruction.
It must be close to 7. The house will be waking soon. And I know who will walk through that door before anyone else does. Mrs. Johnson. Just as she did in my dream. And I'll have to tell her about the dream. And then she'll have a dream, and this curse, whatever it is, will continue. I've got to stop it. If Mrs. Johnson comes in here, I've got to stop myself from telling her. But I don't know if I can. I don't know. Go away! Don't come in! No. Come in, whoever you are. Vicky, it's you.
Am I interrupting something?
Oh, no, of course not.
I thought I might be. I heard voices. I thought you were talking to someone.
I was talking to myself. It's a bad habit.
Why did you want me to go away?
I thought you were someone else.
Who?
I'd really rather not talk about it.
You're up awfully early.
Yes.
Are these yours?
Yes.
I didn't know you smoked.
I stopped for a while, but then I went back to it. It seems to calm my nerves.
Julia, is something wrong?
Nothing I can talk about.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
No. Wait a minute. Yes, this Professor Stokes, who came to see you about your painting. Is he an expert on the occult?
Well, he seems to be. He's a strange man.
Do you know how to reach him?
Yes, I do. He left me his card in case I ever want to sell the painting. Why?
Where does he live?
He lives on Arrowhead Road. It's one of those small roads on the outskirts of town.
Arrowhead Road. Oh, yes. Yes, I know where it is.
Are you going?
Yes, excuse me.
Dr. Hoffman, how are you?
Jeff.
Oh, hi.
What are you doing here? I'm in so early.
I just came by to tell you that I moved into the Evans cottage, and I wanted to thank you for arranging.
You don't have to thank me for anything, Peter.
You were about to call me Peter, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I'm sorry. I know you're Jeff Clark.
Sometimes I wish I weren't.
Don't say that. Come on, let's go in and get some coffee.
Tell me something. Did I do anything to offend Julia Hoffman?
Not that I know of. Why?
Well, she passed me just now, and she didn't say anything. It's strange. She's usually very friendly.
She was acting quite strangely this morning. I don't know why, but it may have had something to do with the death of Dr. Lang.
Lang's dead?
You didn't know.
No.
He died last night. It was a heart attack.
Lang's dead.
It happened very suddenly.
Can't believe it.
You seem pleased.
I can't help it.
Jeff, I know you didn't like it.
Look, he kept things from me. Secrets. Now I can find out everything about me.
What do you mean?
Well, I still have the key to his house. I can break into his files. I know where they are. I can find out everything about me, everything I need to know about myself.
Is it that important?
Yes, it's that important. I have to know who I am and what I am. And what I've done. Oh, Vicky, look, that's all I can tell you for now, but this may be the most important day of my life.
I'm sorry to intrude on you at such an early hour.
Please don't apologize. I detest apologies. People so rarely mean them. Now, may I ask who you are and what you want?
You're a very blunt man.
No, just hostile to strangers. But it's part of my nature. And you still haven't answered my question.
My name is Julia Hoffman. I live at Collinwood. Vicky Winters said you might help me.
Help you? How?
I understand you have considerable knowledge of the occult.
I am interested in the supernatural, and I've managed to collect a certain amount of information on the subject. Why?
Because I believe I'm the victim of a curse.
A curse?
Yes, I should say one of the victims, because there are others. Last night I had a dream that terrified me.
You believe you're under a curse because you had a nightmare?
No, it's not that simple. You don't understand. Other people have had this dream. And with each person, it goes one step further.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, it all started with a girl named Maggie Evans. She had the dream. She dreamt about a man called Jeff Clark. And she had this terrible compulsion to tell him about her dream. And then that night he had the same dream, and it went one step further.
And he saw someone in his dream.
Yes, he saw a man called Dr. Lang. And he was compelled to tell Dr. Lang his dream. And Dr. Lang had the dream, and it went one step further again.
And then what?
I was in Dr. Lang's dream. He told me about it, and I had the dream last night.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, does any of this make any sense at all?
Yes, it does.
What does it mean?
I've read about a phenomenon called a dream curse, which happens exactly as you've described it. The people who dream are not necessarily the objects of the curse. They may be merely the instruments through which it is carried out.
How does the curse end?
In a sudden death.
I was afraid that you were going to say that.
Describe your dream to me.
Well, I can't tell you about it. You might have the same dream.
I wasn't in your dream, was I?
No, of course not.
Who was?
A woman named Mrs. Johnson. She's the housekeeper at Collinwood.
Did you tell Mrs. Johnson about your dream?
No, I can't do that. I want to. I want to so badly. I think I'll go mad, but I can't tell her. I don't want it to continue.
Do you believe Mrs. Johnson is the object of the curse?
No, I think it's someone else. I'd rather not say who.
Then why don't you tell Mrs. Johnson about your dream?
Because I can't. I'm afraid I don't want it to go on.
You're obviously trying to save someone. You must care a great deal about the person you're trying to save.
Yes, I will admit that I do. But I don't know if I can save him. I don't know.
Julia, where are you? We must go ahead with the experiment. Every second we lose is precious. I can feel myself reverting. I know what's going to happen unless we go ahead right away. If I become what I was, I'll lose Vicky forever. I need you, Julia. Where are you? Where are you?
Julia? Mr. Collins.
Clark, what are you doing here?
Well, I could ask you the same question.
I came here to help Dr. Hoffman sort out Dr. Lang's effects. And you?
I came here to get something.
Well, I thought you took your belongings with you when you moved out of here.
I did.
Then what do you want?
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but that's none of your business.
Well, I'm not sure that you have any right to be here.
I've got as much right to be here as you do.
Perhaps.
Look, do me a favor.
What is it?
Just give me a few minutes alone in this room.
No, I won't do that.
All right. All right, you can stay.
What are you doing?
There's something in this cabinet. It's locked, so I've got to break the lock.
Oh, whatever is in that cabinet belonged to Dr. Lang. I will not let you steal from him.
I am not stealing, and I wouldn't do this unless I have to.
I won't allow it.
Yeah, well, how do you plan to stop me?
By ordering you out of here.
And what if I refuse?
Get out. Now.
Look, there's only one way you can get me out of here, and that's to throw me out. And I don't think either one of us wants a fight.
No, I'm not well enough to fight with you, Clark. Unfortunately.
Then leave me alone.
Well, you can at least tell me what you're looking for.
Records.
What kind of records?
Records about myself. Dr. Lang kept files on every patient. And I have to find his file on me.
Why?
Because he withheld information. Information which I have to know.
Withheld information?
All right. I'll be honest with you. I suppose there isn't any reason why I shouldn't. I was in a mental institution once.
I know. Lang told me.
I was in there because I had amnesia. I couldn't remember most of my life. But Dr. Lang did. He knew it and he wouldn't tell me.
And you think you'll find something in his files?
Well, I might.
I see.
it is. Jeff Clark.
I trust you found something.
Yes, yes, I have.
And was it good news?
Very good news.
Where are you going? Back to Collinwood?
That's possible.
To share your good news with Vicky?
That's possible, too.
We'll leave her alone.
What right have you got to say that to me?
Concern for her.
Concern?
I'm very fond of Vicky.
Well, I am too, so what about it?
I want her to be happy, and I doubt if you can make her happy.
Oh, what makes you doubt that?
Well, you just admitted that you were in a mental institution. You're obviously a very unstable man.
That's not true.
Vicky is a very sensitive girl. Clever. All you have to offer is your handsome face. She needs much more than that.
Mr. Collins, you're about as transparent as a sheet of glass.
And what does that mean?
I happen to know what you're saying. You're jealous. And don't try to deny it.
I won't try denying anything.
I also happen to know that she was going to marry you once. And she refused. Changed her mind. And I can't do anything about that except to tell you to stay off my back.
You know, I could tell Vicky what you did. Your contribution to Lang's experiment.
Yes, you could. And I could tell her what you had to do with the experiment. Do you want that?
No.
All right, let's start facing some facts. Now, I'm falling in love with Vicky, and she's falling in love with me. And there isn't anything you can do about it. So leave us alone.
Get out of here.
All right. All right, I'll go now. Come here, I want to tell you something.
I've never seen you like this.
I have just seen 3 words which have changed my whole life.
3 words.
Yeah, I got into Dr. Lang's files and I read his dossier on me. And it had written 3 words. No homicidal tendencies.
Whatever gave you the idea you had homicidal tendencies?
Dr. Lang. He told me lies.
Lies?
Yes, he made me think I was a murderer.
Jeff.
Vicky. When I was found walking around Portsmouth, 3 women had been murdered. Strangled by a man with a rope. And he told me that I had strands of rope in my pocket. And that made me think I was the murderer.
Why did he do a thing like that?
Because he needed me. He needed to have a hold over me.
He needed you for what?
Look, I can't explain that. But I can tell you that now I'm free. Free to feel about you the way I do feel about you. And I love you.
I don't know why you want to continue with these injections. Obviously, they aren't working.
Don't be so pessimistic, Barnabas.
But we must get on with the experiment now.
You know we can't do that.
We must. Time is running out.
I cannot go through with the experiment yet.
But Lang gave you the instructions.
Tell me enough, you know that. I have to go through his papers, notes, files, find out everything I can before I even attempt the experiment.
Julia, we have less than 48 hours before that lifeless creature upstairs becomes useless, and I have to revert back to what I was.
Oh, Barnabas, I'm doing all I can to help you. That's all I can do.
You don't believe that the experiment will be successful, do you?
I don't know.
Well, I do. It will fail.
Don't say that.
It will fail, and I will revert back to what I was.
Oh, Barnabas.
And I will roam the earth alone, killing, destroying. And it will go on forever. I have only a few moments left, a few minutes to be a human being. You know how precious those moments are to me, Julia. You really know.
Yes, I know.